Hello, Reece here from Glenigan and welcome to my monthly video which is going to take a look at construction activity during Q2 of 2022. While the underlying development pipeline continued to strengthen, project starts returned to decline as construction material inflation, which is currently around 27%, continues to suffocate the industry. But let's take a look at the numbers. Detailed planning approvals averaged £7.15 billion per month during Q2. That's a 14% decrease against Q1 and a 21% fall against the previous year. When we focus solely on the underlying market, and that's everything under £100 million, the situation was slightly more positive. The value increased 5% against Q1, but it still remained 18% lower than a year ago. There are some sector bright spots, particularly the office sector, which saw 64% growth in approvals against Q1 levels. Underlying industrial approvals also performed strongly as well. They increased 1% compared to Q1. The value has been declining ever so slightly since the summer of last year, but they still remain so much higher than pre-pandemic levels. Now moving on to main contract awards, they averaged £8.3 billion per month during Q2. That's a 2% fall against Q1 levels and a fall of 11% compared to the previous year. Underlying contract awards averaged £6.1 billion per month. They're actually 11% up on the preceding quarter, but a fall of 6% against the previous year. Now, contract awards did take a slight dip during Q2, but do ultimately remain very high. Again, there are bright spots. The health sector in particular experienced a really good period of underlying contract awards up 17% against the preceding quarter and up by around a quarter against the previous year. Moving on to project starts then, and again they remained very low, unsurprisingly. The value averaged around £5 billion, which is a fall of 38% against the preceding quarter and 45% compared with last year. And it was major projects again which were the most affected. The value fell 65% against the first quarter. And this is the lowest total we had for major projects since we started doing the construction review back in 2017. Underlying starts didn't perform quite as badly as major project starts. The value fell only 5% against the preceding quarter, but it did remain 27% below last year's levels. August 2020 was the last time project starts were this low. And there are some bits of good news within project starts. Residential project starts performed okay. Underlying starts picked up 17% against Q1. Retail was the only other sector though that experienced growth in project starts. And with retail contract awards being so low, I don't expect this to last for very long. So increasing pressure on household budgets is severely impacting consumer confidence, which has just reached a new all-time low, creating unease among investors to move projects to site. And as material cost inflation hits 27% year on year, progress in project starts is likely to be very slow. But we are seeing evidence of how firms are navigating these issues by diversifying into new industry sectors. And as I've mentioned, there are some bright spots to be found, and some contractors have shifted their focus to more prosperous areas, whether that be sectors or regions. But that's it from me. If you'd like to know more about your sectors and your regions, please download the latest construction review, the link is in the description box. But apart from that, we'll see you next month.